Okay, so have you heard about this Peak thing?
Yeah, it's making the rounds, isn't it?
This AI tool that says it can get you ranked to #1 on Google.
Right, like instantly.
Sounds a little far-fetched,
Mm.
maybe.
Well, it's definitely gotten people talking, that's for sure.
Yeah, and the whole thing with DeepSeek,
Oh, yeah.
this supposedly super powerful AI,
The one that's supposed to have tanked Google's stock?
yeah, $42 billion drop overnight.
That's what they're saying.
Pretty wild.
Is.
So before we even get into Peak itself,
Okay.
is that even possible?
You mean for an AI crash the stock market like that?
Yeah, I mean, could an AI actually do
Well,
that?
AI can definitely influence the stock market. I mean, look at all the trading algorithms out there. They react to news and data in milliseconds, fractions of a second.
Right?
But a single AI causing that kind of a focus drop, like just on Google,
Yeah.
it's possible, I guess.
Hmm.
But the market's so complex. There are usually way more factors involved than just one single thing.
Right, usually it's a whole bunch of stuff happening all at once.
Exactly. It's like a ripple effect.
Okay, so maybe we need a healthy dose of skepticism here.
Probably a good idea.
But let's talk about Peak itself.
Okay.
Their big claim is that you don't need any SEO knowledge to use it.
Right. Just push a button and boom, you're at the top of Google.
That's it.
All thanks to DeepSeek.
It all sounds a little too good to be true.
Yeah, it definitely plays into that desire for a quick fix.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is understandable. SEO is complicated for a lot of people.
Yeah, it can feel like a total black box.
Right, all these mysterious algorithms and ranking factors.
So where does DeepSeek come into all of this?
Well, that's where things get a bit fuzzy.
Okay.
They're pretty vague on the specifics, but basically they're implying that DeepSeek has somehow cracked the code of Google's algorithm.
Like they've figured out the secret sauce.
Right, but you have to remember Google uses hundreds of factors to rank websites,
Yeah.
and they're constantly updating things.
So even if this DeepSeek thing was super smart, wouldn't Google just change things up and make it useless?
That's the thing. Google is in a constant arms race against people trying to game the system. They're
Mm.
using AI, too, trying to weed out manipulation and reward genuine quality.
So it's like an AI battle royale.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, so maybe decoded is a little bit of an overstatement.
Yeah, it's marketing. They gotta make it sound exciting.
Right, like DeepSeek is this secret weapon.
Exactly.
But if Google starts showing bad results, people are going to stop using it.
Of course they will. They'll go to a different search engine.
Exactly. So Google has a huge incentive to keep their search results relevant.
Absolutely. They're not gonna just let some AI come in and mess everything up.
Okay, so while AI can definitely be a powerful tool for SEO,
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure I buy the whole bypassing Google's safeguards thing.
I'm with you on that one.
All right, so let's get practical here.
Okay.
Who exactly is Peak targeting with all this?
Well, they seem to be going after a pretty broad audience. Affiliate marketers,
Okay.
YouTubers, e-commerce stores, anybody who needs their website to get seen, basically.
Got it. So anyone who's ever felt the pain of SEO.
Right, exactly.
And they're really hitting on all those pain points, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like no SEO knowledge, needed instant results, all that.
That's the hook.
And they've got these testimonials.
Oh, yeah.
Like Daniel, a warehouse worker who supposedly made a ton of money using Peak, even though you didn't have a website before.
Right, and Melissa, the stay-at-home mom who got thousands of clicks in just a few days.
Exactly.
They're designed to be relatable.
Oh, absolutely.
To make you think, hey, if they can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah, but you got to take those with a grain of salt, right?
Of course it's marketing. We're only seeing the success stories, not the people it didn't work for.
Right.
Plus, we don't know the whole picture. Maybe Daniel was already a marketing whiz, or Melissa had a huge social media following to promote her link.
Okay, so healthy skepticism once again.
Always a good idea.
All right, so let's dig into what Peak actually does.
Okay.
What features are they offering?
They've got a whole suite of tools all powered by this DeepSeek AI.
Like what?
Content generation, keyword research, rank, tracking, even a mobile app.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's break those down one by one.
Right.
First up, AI content generation.
Uh-huh.
How's that supposed to work?
Well, the idea is that you can have DeepSeek write articles, product descriptions, that kind of thing, and it'll all be optimized to rank high on Google.
So you wouldn't even have to write anything yourself.
That's the pitch. Now, AI content generation has gotten better.
Oh, yeah.
But can it really create something engaging and original that Google will actually reward?
That's the question.
That's the big question.
I've seen some AI writing, and it could be, well,
Yeah.
let's just say it's not exactly Shakespeare.
Right, and Google's getting wise to this too. They want to promote content that's written for humans, not just for algorithms.
So you can't just trick the system with a bunch of AI-generated gibberish.
Not anymore.
Okay, so what about this keyword research tool? What does that do?
It's supposed to find the best keywords for you to target the ones that'll get you the most traffic.
So if I'm selling, I don't know, handmade dog sweaters,
Okay.
it'll tell me the exact words to use so people can find my site.
That's the idea, but Good keyword research is more than just finding a list of words.
Hmm.
It's about understanding what people are actually searching for, their intent. Are they looking to buy a sweater right now, or are they just researching different breeds?
Okay, so there's still some thinking involved. You can't just blindly trust the tool.
No, not at all. You still need to understand your audience and what they're looking for.
And even if you find the perfect keywords, you still need good content that actually answers people's questions or solves their problems.
Exactly. Keywords are just one piece of the puzzle.
Okay, makes sense. What about this rank tracker?
The rank tracker.
Yeah, what's that all about?
That one lets you see where you stand on Google for different keywords, so you can track your progress and see if Peak is actually doing what it claims.
So it's like a little scoreboard for your website.
Pretty much, but it's important to remember that rankings fluctuate all the time. You don't want to get too obsessed with tiny changes.
Got it. So you don't freak out if you drop a few spots one day.
No, it's all about the long game.
Okay, and then they've got this mobile edition, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
What's the thinking there?
They're selling it as the ultimate convenience, manage your SEO from anywhere, anytime.
Like I could be chilling on the beach optimizing my website for sun hats.
Exactly. But again, SEO is a complex process. I'm not sure how much you can realistically accomplish just from a phone app.
Right. It seems like you need a bigger screen to really dig into everything.
Yeah, and a proper keyboard.
Okay, last thing I want to touch on before we move on.
Right.
Peak really pushes this one-time payment thing.
Uh-huh.
No monthly fees like other SEO tools.
Right.
Which sounds great,
It does.
but is there a catch?
Well, think about it. SEO is constantly changing.
Hmm.
Google updates its algorithms, new trends emerge, competition heats up.
Right.
So with a one-time payment, who's responsible for keeping the software up to date?
Oh, that's a good point. I hadn't thought of that.
So you might save money up front, but you could end up with outdated software that's no longer effective.
So maybe you get what you pay for.
It's definitely something to consider.
All right, everyone, we're going to take a quick pause here and come back with part 2 where we'll dive deeper into this DeepSeek AI and see if it lives up to the hype.
So this DeepSeek AI, the
Yeah.
one that Peak is built on,
Right.
they're making some pretty big claims about it, like
Yeah.
saying it actually broke Google's algorithm.
Yeah, and that's why Google's stock crashed.
Right. They make it sound like DeepSeek is this road AI, like something out of a movie,
It does.
like the Terminator or something.
Okay, but seriously, though, can we unpack that a little? Could an AI actually manipulate Google's algorithm like that?
Well, first, I think it's important to remember that breaking an algorithm, it's not like smashing a window or something.
Okay.
Google's algorithm is incredibly complex.
Right.
It's constantly evolving. It's
Yeah.
more like trying to hit a moving target.
Okay, so it's not like DeepSeek found some secret code and now they can control Google.
Right. It's not like they have the master key or anything.
Okay.
What's more likely is that DeepSeek identified some patterns, some signals that Google was using at a specific point in time.
Okay.
And maybe exploiting those patterns caused some temporary volatility in the search results, which could have spooked investors.
Okay, so it's not that DeepSeek outsmarted Google forever. It's more like they found a temporary advantage.
Exactly. And you can bet that Google's engineers are constantly working to patch those kinds of loopholes.
Right, they're not just going to sit there and let it happen.
Of course not. It's an ongoing cat and mouse game.
So even if DeepSeek was this Google-slaying AI,
Yeah.
it wouldn't stay that way for long.
Right. Things change so quickly in the tech world.
Exactly.
Google has a massive amount of resources, and data,
Yeah.
and they're highly motivated to keep their search results as relevant and accurate as possible.
Okay, that makes me feel a little better.
But Peak also talks about DeepSeek being able to constantly adapt to Google's changes.
Oh, right. They say it's like having a team of SEO experts working for you 24/7.
Right. Always monitoring the algorithms.
Making sure you stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah, but is that realistic?
I don't know. It sounds pretty appealing, though.
It does, right? Like a set it and forget it solution for SEO.
Exactly.
Well, AI can definitely automate a lot of SEO tasks,
Right.
like analyzing data, identifying trends,
Yeah.
even generating content.
But SEO isn't just about following a set of rules.
Right.
It's also about creativity,
It's about strategy.
understanding your audience.
Exactly.
So it's not as simple as just letting the AI handle everything.
Right. Think of it like this.
Right.
AI can be the engine of your SEO strategy,
Okay.
but you still need a human at the wheel to steer it in the right direction.
So you need to know where you want to go, and then the AI can help you get there faster?
Exactly. And you need to be able to adjust course along the way because the online landscape is constantly changing.
Right.
No AI, no matter how sophisticated, can predict the future with 100% accuracy.
So even with DeepSeek, you still need to be involved in the process.
Absolutely. The most successful online businesses and content creators
Yeah.
are the ones who understand how to use AI as a tool, not a replacement for their own skills and expertise.
Right. It's about using AI to your advantage.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
Mm.
Peak also makes a big deal about how Google can't detect or block their methods.
Oh yeah, that's a big part of their sales pitch.
Is there any truth to that?
Well, it's true that AI can be used to create more subtle
Okay.
and sophisticated SEO tactics.
Okay.
Think of it like this. If traditional SEO is like shouting your message from a rooftop,
Okay.
AI-powered SEO can be more like whispering it directly into someone's ear.
So it's harder for Google to catch?
Potentially, yes.
Mm.
But Google is also using AI to fight back.
Right. It's an AI arms race.
Exactly. They're constantly improving their algorithms to detect and penalize websites that are trying to manipulate the search results.
So even if Peak can fly under Google's radar now,
Yeah.
there's no guarantee it'll always be that way.
Yeah, the best way to stay ahead of the curve is to focus on building a sustainable SEO strategy
Okay.
that's based on quality content, genuine engagement,
Yeah.
and a deep understanding of your target audience.
Okay, so it's back to basics even with AI in the mix.
In a way, yes, AI can help you optimize and amplify your efforts,
Hmm.
but the fundamental principles of good SEO haven't changed.
All right, one last thing about DeepSeek before we move on.
Okay.
Peak claims it can work in any niche, any language, any country.
Right, they're saying it's universally applicable.
Is that realistic?
Well, theoretically, AI has the potential to be incredibly versatile, but in practice, there are always limitations.
Like what?
Well, for example, AI models are trained on data.
Right.
So if you're targeting a very specific niche
Okay.
or less common language, there might not be enough data available for the AI to learn from.
So it might not be as effective in those cases.
Exactly. And even if the AI can technically function in a certain language,
Hmm.
there are always cultural nuances and local search behaviors that need to be considered.
So even with AI, you still need some human expertise,
Uh-huh.
especially if you're targeting different markets.
Absolutely. AI can be a valuable tool for international SEO, but it's not a magic solution that eliminates the need for human understanding and cultural sensitivity.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, Peak also claims that it's future-proof.
Oh, yeah.
They say that once you get ranked with their system, you'll stay ranked even as Google updates its algorithms.
That's a bold claim.
It is.
And to be honest, I'm skeptical.
Okay.
Remember, Google is constantly tweaking its algorithms.
Right.
What works today might not work tomorrow.
So no matter what tool you're using, you always need to be prepared to adapt.
Exactly. The only constant in SEO is change.
And the most successful online businesses are the ones who can embrace that change and evolve their strategies accordingly.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, so Peak might not be the set it and forget it solution they make it out to be.
Hmm.
But could it still be a valuable tool for people who are new to SEO or who don't have the time to manage everything manually?
It's definitely possible.
Okay.
AI can simplify and automate a lot of the tedious tasks involved in SEO.
Yeah.
But it's crucial to approach these tools with realistic expectations and a clear understanding of their limitations.
So don't expect miracles, but AI could potentially give you a leg up.
Exactly. But remember, AI is a tool.
Hmm.
It's only as good as the person using it.
Okay, that's a great point to end on. We'll be back with part 3, where we'll wrap things up and discuss what all of this means for the future of SEO. Stay tuned. Okay, so we've spent a lot of time talking about Peak and this whole DeepSeek AI thing.
Yeah, we've gone pretty deep, haven't we?
We've talked about the claims, the features,
The potential benefits.
the limitations. So what's the big takeaway here? What does all this mean for, like, the average person who's just trying to get their website seen online?
Well, I think the most important thing is to not get swept up in the hype. AI is a powerful tool. There's no doubt about that.
Uh-huh.
But it's not a magic bullet that's going to solve all your SEO problems overnight.
So don't expect to just click a button and suddenly be ranking #1 for every keyword.
Exactly. SEO is still a process. It takes time, effort, strategy.
Right.
But AI can definitely make that process easier and more efficient.
So it's like AI can give you a boost, but you still need to be in the driver's seat.
Right. Think of AI as your co-pilot. It can help you navigate the complex world of SEO, but you're ultimately the one making the decisions.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, Peak is obviously targeting people who are maybe feeling frustrated with SEO, who are looking for a similar solution. Do you think AI could actually make SEO more accessible to the average person?
I think it has the potential to, yes. One of the biggest challenges with SEO is that it's so technical and constantly changing. It can be really overwhelming, especially for people who are just starting out.
There's so many different factors to consider, so many different strategies.
Exactly. It's easy to get lost in the weeds.
So AI can help to automate a lot of those complex tasks.
Right, like it can take care of the data analysis, the keyword research, even the content generation. And that frees up your time and energy to focus on the bigger picture, like your overall content strategy and your target audience.
So AI could potentially lower the barrier to entry for SEO, make it less intimidating for beginners.
I think that's definitely a possibility. And as AI continues to develop, we're likely to see even more tools and platforms that make SEO more accessible and user-friendly.
Okay, that's exciting. But on the flip side, if everyone starts using AI for SEO, won't that just create a whole new level of competition?
That's a valid concern. As AI becomes more widespread, it's possible that we'll see a sort of arms race where everyone is using the same tools and strategies.
So how do you stand out in that kind of environment?
That's where the human element becomes even more important. AI can help you optimize your website and your content, but it can't replicate things like creativity, originality, emotional intelligence.
So you still need that human touch to connect with your audience to build a brand that people actually care about?
Absolutely. In the future of SEO, the most successful websites and content creators will be the ones who can find the right balance between AI and human ingenuity.
So it's not about humans versus AI, it's about humans and AI working together.
Exactly. It's about using AI to amplify your strengths, to make you more efficient and effective, but not relying on it to be all the work for you.
Okay, that's a great point. So for our listeners who are maybe wondering what all of this means for them, what advice would you give them?
Well, I would say embrace the potential of AI, but don't get caught up in the hype. Start by learning the fundamentals of SEO, understand how search engines work, and focus on creating high quality content that your target audience will actually find valuable.
So don't jump on every new AI tool that comes along, but also don't be afraid to experiment and see what works for you.
Exactly. And remember, SEO is a long game. There's no quick fix, no magic button that will guarantee you success overnight.
It's about building a sustainable strategy, adapting to changes, and staying ahead of the curve.
Precisely. And as AI continues to evolve, it will play an increasingly important role in that process. But ultimately, the future of SEO will be shaped by those who can effectively combine the power of AI with the ingenuity and creativity of the human mind.
That's a fantastic takeaway. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI and SEO. We hope you found it informative and insightful. And if you're interested in exploring other fascinating topics, be sure to check out our other deep dives. Thanks for listening.